So it looks like, just purely from the perspective of benchmarks, the early benchmarks that I ran, Geekbench 5, it's just the MacBook Pro and the M1 iPad Pro have much more in common than the iPad Pro has with the 2020 version of it. 1700 on the single core Geekbench, that blows away even my MacBook Pro 16 inch with a Core i9, which gets about 1,000, and my MacBook Pro gets about 6,700 or 6,500 for the multi-core, which again, I'm a little bit surprised that I'm only getting 6,000 for the multi-core. It seems like maybe because it's an 11-inch iPad Pro, it's not scoring as high as I've seen the iPads online score that are 12.9 inches, and I guess that stands to reason because it's a smaller chassis, so it has less of a thermal envelope. Now I'm blown away that this 1 pound iPad is scoring as much as a full-blown MacBook Pro or desktop. It's scoring the same. It's having the same scores as an M1 MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. The web speedometer of 230 is just incredible. You're not going to find an Intel laptop that scores that high, let alone an Android tablet or something like that. And that's compared to the web speedometer of 150 that we got for the 2020 version, which is still good. That's still way ahead of an Intel laptop. So it's just all around very, very impressive. But the thing that remains is, for all these impressive scores, the iPad was never slow to begin with. The iPad always finished tasks very quickly. It was always very fluid. So, is there a benefit to the average person of having these incredible scores? And I would have to say no, quite frankly. For the average person, an iPad from 2018 will get them along just fine. Because if all you're doing is surfing the web, taking notes, and typing in Word, the iPad is very good at doing that. It's really fast at waiting for you to type. So it's really not worth it for the average person. Now, for a professional, these are iPad Pros for pros. If you're editing video, editing podcasts, if you're working with web pages that require really fast JavaScript performance, you're going to see a difference with these iPads. But other than that, I really can't see the point of having these very fast iPads until iPad OS catches up. iPad OS right now is a limiting factor. I mean, we don't have extended monitor support. We don't even have something like Mac app support. These iPads are plenty capable of running Mac apps. They should be able to run them. We don't have any Pro apps. We don't have Final Cut Pro. We don't have Logic. We don't have Xcode. We don't have these things to run. So how are we going to take advantage of 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM? We just can't. There's just no point. So my advice is to most people, find a used 2018, 2020 or 2020 iPad. They'll serve you just as well, and the new keyboard cases will fit them. Treat yourself to a Magic Keyboard. Save the money. That's all I got. I've been John.